I'd like to dive in and talk about stop fighting shadowware and govern it through your identity sovereignty. Most companies are fighting the wrong battle. We're trying to stop their workforce from using AI. But here's the truth. Your people are already using LLMs quietly, creatively, and completely outside of your governance model. And instead of cracking down, it's time to govern their innovation by mapping shadow AI directly against modern identity sovereignty. Today, I'm going to show you how we audit the most common remote workflows while building a technical guardrail system that prioritizes business speed over rigid restrictions. And by the end, we'll see how automate oversight can turn unsanctioned LLMs into a transparent, secure enterprise advantage. So let's start with the reality of shadow AI. Shadow AI is no longer a theory. It's not just a risk category, and it's not a future problem. It's happening right now. Employees are pasting data into many different models, such as ChatGPT. Developers are debugging proprietary code with public models. Your analysts are rewriting reports with tools that you've never approved. But here's the twist. They're not doing this recklessly. They're doing it because AI makes them faster. Shadow AI is a signal, not a threat. It's proof your workforce is trying to innovate faster than your governance model allows. If you try to block it, they'll route around you. If you try to punish it, they'll hide it from you. If you govern it, you unlock something powerful, a workforce that innovates at machine speed without compromising your enterprise security. This is where identity sovereignty comes in. So why identity sovereignty is the missing link? Let's talk about it now. Identity sovereignty means that every action an employee takes, human or AI assisted, must be tied to a verifiable, enforceable identity boundary. Not a device, not a network segment, not a VPN tunnel. Identity. Because in a remote first world, identity is the only perimeter that still exists. When you map shadow AI usage to identity, you stop asking who used ChatGPT and start asking, what did this identity do with this model using this data under these policies? That shift changes everything. It lets you build AI guardrails that follow the user, not the device. It lets you enforce policy without blocking creativity, and it lets you turn unsanctioned AI usage into a governed, observable workflow. So now how do we audit real remote workflows? We've spent months auditing the most common remote workflows across engineering, operations, sales, R&D, customer support. And here's what we found. LLMs are used in 70 to 90% of known tasks, even when companies think the usage is low. Most shadow AI happens in browser tabs, not in IDEs, not terminals, not internal tools. Employees rarely understand the risk. They assume AI is safe because everyone's using it. And the biggest danger isn't data leakage. It's your lack of visibility. Shadow AI isn't dangerous because employees are reckless. It's dangerous because you and I can't see it. So we built a system that changes that. Or you have to build a system that changes that, that is. And that's where guardrail systems come in. You have speed first, restriction second. The approach is simple. Don't block the workflow. Instrument. Design a guardrail system that has these three layers. The first, build an identity-bound AI sessions. Every AI interaction, prompt, response, and metadata is tied to a sovereign identity boundary. This gives you traceability without slowing down your users. Next, automate oversight policies. Instead of deny use, allow this with redaction. Allow this with watermarking. Allow this with logging. Or, my favorite, allow this with a human review. Remembering, human in the loop is the way to go. This keeps the workflow fast while still enforcing your organization's governance. And thirdly, build transparent user feedback. When a user interacts with an LLM, they see this action is monitored for security and compliance. That's not a threat, it's a safety net, similar to the EULAs we have today when we log into our workstations each and every morning. This is how you shift culture from fear to partnership. If you want to dive deeper into the architecture, check out AI oversight workflows. Look for ways to put them into place, because turning AI into an advantage is what your organization needs you to start thinking about. Once you've identity mapped oversight, something incredible happens inside your organization. AI becomes an enterprise intelligence. You heard me right. AI, or shadow AI that is, becomes your enterprise's intelligence. You can see which teams rely on AI the most. You can see which tasks are being automated, which workflows are your bottlenecks, which models produce the best outcomes, and where training and policy gaps exist. This will help you transpire. This helps transform AI governance from policy function into a strategic accelerator. You're no longer guessing how AI is used. You're measuring it. You're now optimizing it, allowing you to ultimately scale it. And because every action is tied to an identity, you can now enforce your data boundaries. You can enforce model access tiers, develop risk scoring, have output validation, and continuing to put the human in the loop checkpoints inside of your processes without slowing your business down. This is how you turn unsanctioned LLM usage into a secure competitive advantage. Shadow AI isn't going away. Your workforce isn't going to stop using LLMs. And honestly, they shouldn't. Companies that win the next decade won't be the ones who block AI. They'll be the ones who govern it intelligently. Starts with identity sovereignty. Then implement automated oversight and make sure that you have speed first guardrails inside of your organization. This is the blueprint that I see coming to life around AI governance. If you want to break down more like this, do architectural walkthroughs, perform real-world audits, and look at tactical GRC frameworks to drive your organization. Additionally, in the comments, explain this question to me and what's your thoughts on it. What shadow AI behavior have you seen within your organization? Remember, anonymize it. Feel free to use stories. But I want you to think about that question. What shadow AI behavior have you seen in your organization? Or even better, what shadow AI have you personally used that's not sanctioned and governed within inside of your organization? So as always, please remember to be curious. Also, stay safe and stay secure, everyone.